It is Tuesday. Just got done dropping my son off at the bus stop. He's off to school. And as I walk in this cold ass weather, I decided to go ahead and get my reflection walk on. Also, I got the HVAC people coming to finally fix my AC for hopefully the very last time. So, as I make my commute back inside to get some warmth because I'm freezing my ass off, I'm going to do my reflection walk right now. So, yesterday, after I got off of work, came home, cooked, went to pick my son up from school. And as we're walking to the car, we usually just talk about our days and how it's been going, the things that we've been doing, right? And the question that he asked me was this. He says, "Why did you go to work when it is your day off?" And I'm a very honest person with everybody, especially my son. I keep it 100 with him. Even though he's 12 years old, I am under the belief that kids know more than what we think they know. I think that kids are intelligent. Even though their brain isn't fully developed, we don't need to take their intelligence and their understanding for granted. So I told him, I said, "Son, I did that. I went into work because daddy has to make money. Okay. These things that we're trying to do for the holiday seasons, these repairs in the house, it's going to cost a lot of money. And yes, I understand that I'm not supposed to work today, but that is just my job as a father, as a provider, and also making sure that you do not go without, because I'm the only person that's financially taking care of you at the moment. Okay. So if that means that daddy has to wake up early, if that means that I got to sacrifice the time that I would usually spend with you, walking you to the bus stop, that's what I have to do in order to keep this machine that we call our household running. And I want to tell you guys out there, you might think that your child might not understand some of the things that you got going on or some of the things that you're going through, but I guarantee you that they will have a level of understanding, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to hide things from your children for a long period of time, because it causes confusion. They might take things that you're doing the wrong way. This is why you got to keep it 100 with your child. Even times where, the money ain't right at the moment, or I had unexpected expenses and I have to cut back on some things. I tell my son, "Listen, I know you want to go to the movies, but the movies cost this amount of money and I don't have it right now. I just got done spending this amount of money on this. So we're going to have to go at a later date." Now, some parents have so much pride that they will not do that. They refuse to talk to their kids about maybe they ain't got the money at the time to get the things that they want or to be able to afford the things that they want to do. But kids will understand if you sit down and you communicate that with them. Even when we go to the grocery store, my son knows that we have to stay within a certain dollar amount or we'll go over budget. But these are the things that you got to teach your kids at a young age. That way, whenever they become grown, they kind of understand the way that life actually works. You can't have it all, okay? As much as we want to have everything at our disposal, it's unrealistic. So be real with your child. Be real with the people around you. It is okay to say, "Listen, I'm going through something right now. I'm not going to be able to purchase this. And if you have the opportunity to get your money up, take it." Yes, you might have to sacrifice certain time with your loved ones, but you got to explain to them the why, the reason why you're making this sacrifice. And trust me, they will understand. Tuesday content starts right now. Good day, good people. It's AT Malone, the first of my name because the second is already here. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more videos from your boy. Now, this week is actually the earliest time that I'm recording this video because the HVAC guy is here. He actually just left in order to swap out the part that needed to be replaced. So I found time while he's gone to go ahead and knock this video out. Now I'm going to tell you guys something. Man, I do not want to spend this money. It's going to cost about $375 to replace a part that's like this big. This fucking big. But it's the labor that is the cost. That's what's really driving that price up. But that is part of being a homeowner. I can't complain because I put myself in this position. But still, nobody wants to sit there and you already did your Black Friday, Cyber Monday shopping, and you're planning for your lady's birthday, which is in a couple of weeks, buying gifts for that, about to set up the reservations to take her out to dinner. During the holiday season, we spend a lot of money. So when you have these unexpected expenses, it absolutely sucks. Yes, I have the money to cover it, but it don't mean that I want to spend it. I don't like spending money, guys. I don't know if you know this or not. I'm a very, very frugal person. Yes, I have expensive taste, but I don't like spending money. See, me personally, I make like big purchases. I don't like these little $100, $200, $300 purchases, on a consistent basis, because that's what sucks away, the money that's in your savings account, your checking account, your credit card bill going up. It's those little 100 one-offs, 200 one-offs on a consistent basis. So I just got to deal with it. It sucks, but at least I'm going to have some heat because the cold front is already here, and it's just going to be cold for the rest of the year, all the way up to probably March. So it's better that I do it now while money is flowing. It's plentiful for me because I'm getting as much overtime as I want, and we're going to get it taken care of. But we just got to do what we need to do in order to make sure that we keep the ecosystem running. Regardless if you have these expenses that are costly, just make sure you budget, you do not live beyond your means, and you take care of it. I'd be damned if my lady and my son is sitting in this house and it's 50, 60 degrees because the heat don't work. I'm not doing that. I did that last year. I had to use my emergency heat, and my electric bill was double. I was paying $500 or $600 a month on electricity, and that's a lot down here in the area that I live in. See, the average cost that I spend on utilities is like $250. So it was double that amount. So at least I'm not going to be able to experience that again. All right. Well, that was my freestyle thoughts for this week. But while we're here, it's Tuesday, right? And we are on The Richest Man Who Ever Lived, King Solomon's Secrets to Success, Wealth, and Happiness. And we are finally finishing off chapter 6. Now, last week, we talked about, all right, let's rewind that real quick. Chapter 6 is titled The Great Accelerator, the Key to Maximum Success in Minimum Time. And this is part 5. Now, last week, we finished off the 7 red flags to watch out for when choosing a partner. For an example, anyone who offers a lot for little and excessive use of flattery. Now, this week, we are going to talk about how to pick the right counselors and partners and avoid the wrong ones. So, the benefits of seeking counsel and effective partnering are enormous, and the consequences of choosing the wrong ones can be destructive. This is why we must seek the right counselors and partners for any important pursuit in our lives. Here are 8 recommendations on how to do so. Number 1, use the 7 red flags provided by Solomon as a yardstick to measure these counselors and partners. Eliminate anyone from whom any of these red flags appear. 2, examine if they walk the walk before listening to what they say in the area for which they are providing counsel. See, everybody needs to pay attention to this. For an example, you have people like BetterHelp. We see those BetterHelp commercials on YouTube, and they talk about how they use BetterHelp. And I'm like, but you are a therapist. So if you are a therapist who needs a therapist, you are the therapist that I don't need to see, that people don't need to see, because you don't even have it all together. So how are you going to sit here and help people when you need help? I was talking to my brother as well on Sunday about these NFL, NBA, NCAA coaches, right? We were watching an NFL game. I don't even remember who was playing because I don't care about football like that. But I was telling my brother, it was the Houston Texans. I don't know who they were playing, but the head coach of the Houston Texans was in phenomenal shape. And I was telling him, I was like, look, this is what NFL coaches need to look like. They need to lead by example. Most of these professional coaches, they're out of shape. They don't look like they played a sport in their life, or they just do not look like the example that the players need to follow. Yes, they might be smart, they might be great strategists, but think about if these coaches would be in the gym with their players, how much more respect they would have. They will respect them more what they say in their leadership if they're actually out there in the mud with them, doing the work, exercising, taking care of themselves. It's like a fat person's telling you that you run too slow, knowing damn well that you can outrun them. That's exactly what this is saying. You gotta pay attention to what they do before what they say, all right? Now, 3, assess your own strengths and weaknesses. You don't need a carbon copy of yourself. This is why they always say opposites attract, and it actually is true. Guys, do not look for people who are the exact same as you. You want to make sure that they're just going in the same direction that you're going in, that they believe in the same things that you believe in. But you don't want your exact copy of yourself because they're not bringing anything new to the table. You already have your own ideas and your own aspirations, the method of which that you go about doing things. You want somebody that has a completely different perspective and an outlook, but at the same time, they're going in the same direction and they believe in the same things that you do, all right? Now, 4, identify the talents, abilities, and strengths you need in a partner or counselor to compensate for the areas of your weaknesses, inabilities, and lack of know-how. So at this point, you should already be real with yourself. You should know what you're good and what you're bad at, what you're lacking in, and where you need assistance at. This is the reason why you are seeking a partner or a counselor, because you're lacking in certain areas that you know that you will never be able to compensate for, guys. So you have to make sure that you look in the mirror, you have these conversations with yourself. You might, have people thinking that you're crazy. My lady think I'm crazy as hell because I'm always talking to myself in the shower. But what I'm doing is I'm brainstorming out loud about things that need to be done. And it's cool because she don't judge me on it. She just thinks that it's funny that I do it because it's kind of weird. Maybe it is. I don't know. I've been doing it for a long time. I think out loud no matter where I'm at. So if you think I'm bipolar or I'm schizophrenic or whatever it is, I don't care. I just brainstorm out loud. But just make sure that you write down what your strengths and your weaknesses are. So when it's time for you to find that partner, whether it's professionally, business-wise, or in a relationship, you know that you need somebody that can, compensate for your weaknesses. All right. Now, 5, when possible, look for a person who shares the same vision for your dream, goals, projects, venture. Your partner needs to see it, identify with it, and be captivated by it. Same thing. You just got to make sure that they see your vision. They see what your potential is when they, become your partner and y'all are going in the same direction. All right. 6, in business situations, look for a partner who is willing to be totally committed to your vision of achieving success. If you are totally committed and your partner isn't, the partnership won't last long. And this is why the divorce rate is so high, guys, because one party, mostly women, They don't see your vision anymore. They fall out of love with you. You know, they have all of these excuses on why she does not want to be with you anymore. And that is the breakdown. This is why no fault divorce is trash. It's terrible. I am a victim of it. I've been through it already. And it sucks because you could be the exceptional guy. You could be the guy that makes a lot of money, that works hard, that fixes things around the house, that takes your woman out on dates, that take care of the kids, make sure that you are a good example of what a father and a husband is supposed to be. And they will still decide that it's either not enough or you're lacking in some sort of area. Even if you put dick down like supreme, it don't even matter. Once they lose vision in where you're going, or you decide to go in a different direction because maybe you're just evolving into a better version of yourself, they might not see that vision. You start leaving them behind in certain things, their intellect, or financially. It doesn't matter. They might be right here and you just start soaring past them and they no longer see what direction that you're going in, and then that's it. That is a huge problem, guys. So you got to make sure whether, it's your woman or if it's a business partner, the same thing happens. Because one business partner could be coming up with better ideas than the other business partner. And the other business partner is getting left behind or feel like they've been left behind. So they no longer see why they should even be there in the first place because they're not adding value, and they break off that way. So you always got to make sure, even if you're going here, that you try to bring that person here, but they have to be willing to go up here when you're trying to pull them up with you. And if they're not, then that's how the breakdown of that partnership happens. All right. So 7, is your potential partner a positive person or not? People who are generally negative tend to be poor partners because negative partners will be quick to tear down others or find the negative in situations. And they're likely to jump ship when the going gets tough, or worse, steer the ship in the wrong direction. This also relates to friends and family. Don't you guys hate when, let's just say, your life is going well, everything is in order, moving without a hitch, no monkey wrenches being thrown in your path of success, and life is good. And then you have that one person, whether it's a friend or a family member, that sees exactly what you got going on because maybe you're posting on social media or not, or y'all are just in conversation, and they purposely call you to give you negativity that's going on in their life. They're literally trying to trauma bond with you because you're doing good and they're not, and they need to share their misfortunes. I hate that. And this is why, guys, I started cutting motherfuckers off. Yes, my life is going so well that used to happen to me on a regular basis. People would call me just to spread their negativity or tell me what bullshit they got going on. I got sick of it because I don't have any bullshit going on in my life. My life is swell. I love my life. Everybody is doing well in my life. There is no negative things that are happening at all. Sometimes life be lifing, but people will do that to you, man, just because you're doing better than they are at that particular moment. Also, when you'll call somebody because maybe you got a promotion or something, significant in a positive way happen in your life, and you just want to share the news. There'll be people in your life that will pick at that story, that information that you're giving them, and find the negative aspects of it. Don't you hate that? I also cut people off from that. Even family members I cut off for that because they would always do that shit. And a lot of it is because you're making them feel insecure about where they're at in their life, and they don't really care about you like that or love you like that, because who loves somebody, right, but turn around and try to tear them down because you don't want them to continue to be successful? You don't want them to continue to be happy? And I suggest you guys stay away from people like that, because all it's going to do is build up resentment both ways. They're going to resent you because you are doing better than them. And then you're going to resent them because all they're doing is, instead of saying, I'm proud of you, I'm glad, keep pushing, keep going, all they're doing is giving you negativity. Like, what you're doing is not good enough. So stay away from those type of people. All right. 8. Look at your potential partner's natural drives and gifts. Is he or she a talker or doer? How do you know? Look at what they have personally done, not just what they had others do. Now, I watched this video on Old Money Luxury. It is a great YouTube channel. And Todd Graves, who is the founder and owner of Raising Cane's. And this was about how Raising Cane's came to be. It looked into Todd Graves' background. And the thing that really stood out for me is this man is a multi-billionaire, but he still wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day, and he clocks in to work. He's in that kitchen still. He knows his way around the kitchen. This dude's a billionaire. He ain't got to do none of this shit no more. Okay? He doesn't have to be in the day-to-day business anymore, but he chooses to do so. He's there before his actual employees are. And the reason why he does that is because he likes to lead by example. I've never met one person that said that they did not like working at Raising Cane's. Why? Because Todd Graves has set the precedent of how the business is supposed to be ran. He's a billionaire, and you got these, teenagers, young adults maybe that are still in school. They're looking up to this guy, and he is a prime example of what it is to continue to work the business even when you are successful. And that's the type of partner that you want to have. You want to have a partner that is already doing well on their own. And when y'all come together, y'all are still leading by that example. You paid attention to this person so much, from the outside, that when they come in and y'all partner up together, it just completely propels y'all's success, y'all's business, whatever y'all create. Even with relationships, it's the same thing. You got to look at how, the relationship is, guys, with, your girl's father. Is there a relationship or not? Look at what the dynamics are as far as their family dynamic. If their parents aren't together, are their grandparents together? Do they hang out with the grandparents? What type of image have they seen as far as a healthy relationship? And if your girl or your guy hasn't seen a healthy relationship, and they're not at the point where they're, intellectually strong in areas of, okay, I learned from, these past mistakes from my family, so I'm not going to repeat that same mistake, and I'm going to implement these new, state of being, or I'm going to break the generational curse. I'm going to right the wrongs. That's the person that you want to be with. But you don't want to be with the person that, comes from a terrible background. They're not successful at all. They don't have anything going in their life in a positive way, in a successful way. You don't want to partner up with those people at all, okay? Now, the chapter ends with this. Whatever degree of success you achieve in your personal or professional life, seeking counsel and effectively partnering will increase your success exponentially. By using Solomon's advice, you should be able to avoid the wrong ones and seek out and enlist the right ones. And that is the completion of chapter 6. We finally finished chapter 6, and I'm glad. And it was a really good chapter. I enjoyed it. I learned something, honestly, again, since, this is the second time that I'm reading this book. So the next time that I do partner up with somebody, I exactly know what steps need to be taken in order to make sure that that is going to be a healthy and successful partnership. All right. Well, that's all I got for Tuesday content. And you already know I got to plug in my Revita. Guys, get your Revita shampoo and conditioner. Get the supplements. Get whatever is on the website, because after just taking this shampoo and conditioner, the last, 2 months, I'm seeing changes. Big time. I'm seeing a lot of changes. This is a great product. Make sure you go out and get it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Peace.
Feel like they tryna box me in, so I keep a small circle around me, so fuck friends. I kept it real out the gate, these other cats pretend. Reigning supreme is something that will never end.